Welcome back to Beyond the Arc. As we mentioned at the top of the show, we do all kinds of fun stuff on our YouTube page. You can vote on Ashley's Celtics-related attire, and you can also just check out our other videos. You can find our page at Beyond the Arc CBS. Subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. I'm sure that this next part will end up on our YouTube page as well. So yesterday we talked about LeBron discussing Caitlin Clark and Bronny and the hate and sort of like the vitriol and the commentary that they have to deal with online. So yesterday, before Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, as part of the Inside the NBA on TNT pregame show, Charles Barkley, never one to lack in opinions, decided to weigh in on this particular topic. Here's Charles on Caitlin.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty, girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world.
Yeah, you are.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes. Listen, what she's accomplished, give her flowers. Stop being petty, all you women out there. She got y'all ass charters. She bringing all y'all this money to the table, but y'all being petty like dudes. LeBron, you are 100% right. Y'all girls, stop being petty. Caitlin Clark, thank you for bringing all that money and shine to the WNBA.
Well, they're gonna hate you even more now.
Listen, they can't do anything to me.
They're gonna hate you though.
Hey, they can hate on me, but they better. But that mailman better be in my damn house the 1st and the 15th for another year. For another year.
Ashley?
So I love Charles Barkley. Let me just go ahead and say this. So this is not coming from a place of malice, but it was an extremely ignorant thing to say, and I will tell you why. First of all, the WNBA has been increasing in revenue way before Caitlin Clark was even thought of. Also, there have been a lot of women in this industry and in the WNBA specifically who have been fighting and advocating for changes in the league way before Caitlin Clark even stepped foot in it. But what also it was really more insulting as a woman is that he was only speaking towards women and said, don't be petty like the men, be better, as if there's justifying men being petty and that's okay. My issue is this. Yes, jealousy is a natural reaction and it's a natural emotion and it exists whether people want to own up to it or not. And are there people across both male and female who may have animosity towards Caitlin Clark for the attention and the awareness and the pedestal that she has been put on? Sure. But to go ahead and generalize women as a whole and say that you women, as if the thoughts and the feelings and the emotions, and these are perceived thoughts, feelings, and emotions, because he doesn't know who feels jealousy towards Caitlin Clark and who doesn't. It's a perceived feeling. So unless you're going to go ahead and call the people out specifically, to lump all women together just further perpetuates this narrative that women are unable to be happy for other women. And as a woman, I find that insulting because one thing I've always used my platform for is to go ahead and uplift other women and to celebrate other women because I'm not going to be in this position forever. None of us will be. And it's our responsibility to go ahead and make sure that the generation after us and the generation after that has it a little bit easier than we had. So by perpetuating this narrative that there's hate on Caitlin Clark or people are jealous of Caitlin Clark and all of these things that, again, are perceived because it hasn't been proven as a fact, again, just pushes a narrative that I think is very, very dangerous when it comes to the advancement of women. And Chuck, again, I love you, but it's definitely something I did not appreciate, and it was very, very irresponsible and also not factual. Again, chartered flights, the revenue of the WNBA, all of that has been in the works for a very long time. It is Caitlin's star power that may have expedited it, but to go ahead and discredit the work that has been done before she even stepped foot in this league is insulting, and also it's irresponsible.
Well said.
Well,
Bill?
Bravo. Yeah. I mean, co-sign, everything Ash said, and I'll just add that this isn't going to make Caitlin Clark's life easier for the small number of people at WA who maybe are a little jealous because, as Ashley said, labeling a bunch of folks who are competing for their livelihoods as petty simply because they have to compete against Caitlin Clark is unfair, and it also does not make Caitlin Clark's life any easier.
Also, Charles, not surprisingly, kind of screwed up what LeBron actually said. LeBron said that there were men and women who give heat to Caitlin and Bronny. And then Charles twisted into only women were coming for Caitlin Clark, which is not what LeBron said at all. And also, just as a general rule of thumb, I think if you're going to start out your rant about this whole thing with, hey, women, that's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, take a pause.
As soon as he started, I was like, oh no.
And we're also talking about some of the best competitors in the world, right? And again, I say that jealousy is a normal emotion because it is. And anyone who's ever said that they've never been jealous about something or someone is a liar. And when you're an ultimate competitor and when you are out there trying to be the best and be the best year in and year out, yes, you may ruffle some feathers and you may feel a type of way about the new kid on the block getting all the attention when you've been grinding and you've been hustling. And there's a difference between people who use that as motivation to get them to where they want to be or better than the person that they're looking at. And then there are people who let that consume them and allow it to formulate in feelings of hate and things like that. There are two different ways to deal with jealousy. But again, he's pushing a narrative that doesn't exist. There's been 2 instances of women speaking on Caitlin Clark in a not so nice light. There was Cheryl Swoops, who had concerns about whether or not Caitlin Clark was going to come into the WNBA and be successful. And then she walked her comments back and she said, hey, I was wrong. Maybe she'll have a better transition than a lot of other women do. And then Diana Taurasi, who, if you know DT, that's what she does. She hates everybody until you prove to her why she shouldn't. And we're also talking about a rookie. And you guys know, in the NBA, it is no different. When you come into the NBA as a rookie, there is a hazing process. It's not going to be easy for you. Guys are going to get a little bit rough with you on the court. They're going to push you around, especially if you have the lights and the bright light around you, like a Wemby did when he came into the draft. They make it a little harder for you. It's like, welcome to the big boys league. It's no different than what women do in the WNBA, and it's insulting to think or to perpetuate a narrative that which we celebrate men for doing because they've been doing it forever equals hate. And men, it's just them being petty, but that's okay. Men can be petty. You women better tighten up and stuff. It's like, come on now. If you're going to call people out, call the men out too. They're petty. Why is only the women got to go ahead and change their emotions and things like that? I don't like that. I'm an equal opportunity hater. If I'm going to hate somebody, it's going to be across the board. That's how I feel.
Chuck, that's why Ash is a rising star. I mean, like for off one now. Amen. Well said. Yes. Let's go.
Well said. Not surprising that Charles Barkley made an absolute hash out of that, but we did get, as a result, Ashley's response to it. So it worked out in the end. We're going to take out a quick break, and then on the other side, we got to discuss Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Celtics and the Pacers. That's going to be tonight. We'll get into that on the other side right here on Beyond the Arc on CBS Sports Network.